All right, I thought of something fun that would qualify as an early lesson, and it sort of plays off of some of what we learned with the bar chords. I remember learning how to play the movable version of this very early on, and just thought I'd share it with you. So we'll start it though with an open position. Now this is like a 2-note thing. And I mean, it's a 2-string thing, really. It's got a little boogie woogie pattern or something. So let's go to E. We'll play out of E, and basically all I'm doing is playing kind of like that power chord, you know. And really, I'm not really playing this note, although I do have it covered. I'm sort of barring these 2 notes, the E and the B, E on the D string, B on the A string. And I guess I do sort of, it gives me the option to play that 3rd note. So 2 notes are moving, really. This note, like that. So in the right hand, you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And there's a little accent. So you can kind of just experiment with this. And you know, it's an excellent riff that is useful in a lot of cool grooves and rock and roll and anything that, like a lot of blues kind of things. Like, you can play this and you can move it around. Like, we could play this same thing. What if we took that same thing now and rearranged our fingering so it was like, we would go like this. Now, we don't need to do it that low like this, but if we moved it up, let's do it on A. You can use your 3rd finger. Sometimes I use my pinky just because it's a little bit easier for me. But we're going to want to save that because we're going to add a note to this in a minute, and it'll expand it a little bit. So we moved it from E here up to A, now up to B. So that's our 1, 4, 5, right? So we can do that. We can also add this note. All right, so now this time, all right, so I'm playing B note, C sharp note, D note. Now go up to the A. So this is A, that's an E note, F sharp, G. Now this is a stretch. And you know, if we've done some work on the bar chords, you know, it'll pay off. And you can see, again, like, look at how I'm trying to just support my left hand. I've got my wrist, I've got a nice, like, just break in the wrist there. just coming up from underneath. Takes a while to develop that. Look where my thumb is. My thumb is just supporting. I'm not squeezing too hard. It's just, you know, it's just like a little system trying to use physics. We use the physics of our hand and gravity to our advantage as best we can. So. All right, so that little boogie woogie pattern, that works when we're referencing off of an E string chord progression. We could do it here, completely close it up and play it, you know, close meaning no open strings. If we played it in the key of G, we can do the same type of pattern. Now everything will be closed. In other words, no open strings. And it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And so on. So that can be moved around. You can see that. Now we would do the same thing based on what we were working off of our bar chords, our reference of A. Well, same thing works here, just on these strings. You're moving the whole thing up a string group. Right? So now we've got A, there's an E note. And my right hand is keeping that down, down, up, 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 down. But I'm aiming, again, I'm being real precise with which strings. I don't need to strum everything as I'm just playing these notes. For example, if we wanted to take this up to, let's say, C, 3rd fret, okay, I'm just kind of mirroring what we did over here on the E string version. We'd go up to C. It's a little bit of a stretch. There's the F chord, up to G. So there you go. Take the boogie woogie pattern, build yourself a rock and roll song, and we'll see you down the road.